Hello, everyone. Ever dreamed of being a princess? And I don't mean the modern Disney-style kind that chats effortlessly with animals and bursts into song at every turn. I'm talking about the real deal, a medieval princess. Now, you might be wondering, what was a medieval princess really like? Since you're so eager to know, let me whisk you away on a time travel adventure. Time travel with Cat meme. The medieval princess. In a flash, you've crossed over into medieval Europe. First things first, pick your new name. Will you be Maria, Anna, Elizabeth, or Catherine? Okay, let's settle on Isabella for now.
Huh?
At the ripe age of 18, you're in the prime of your life, full of promise, yet completely cut off from everyday commoners. Instead, your days in the palace are all about self-improvement, preparing for a future steeped in duty and, of course, endless feasts. Now, let's talk about food. In your daily routine, your meals might seem simple: vegetables, fruits, bread, meat, the basics. But oh, when it comes to royal banquets, things get wild. Imagine 10 or more extravagant courses: venison, peacock, seal, dolphin, even whale, all paired with honeyed wines, luscious fruits, and a spread of desserts that would put today's buffets to shame. But here's the catch. As a princess, you're only allowed a dainty taste of each dish. Leftovers? That's considered a virtue in the palace, redistributed to servants or, on festive occasions, even to commoners. Being a princess meant more than just looking fabulous. It was a full-time course in etiquette and decorum. You'd learn everything from the proper way to stand, walk, sit, and even sip tea. By the late Middle Ages, a fashionable outfit wasn't complete without at least 6 distinct pieces, including 2 corseted bodices, a cloak, and carefully adorned cuffs and skirts, plus a hoop skirt to boot. Dressing up was a marathon in itself. And while you were mastering the art of fine dining and impeccable manners, you'd also be buried in studies. Literature, poetry, and love stories were a must, not to mention learning multiple languages: Latin, French, English, Italian, to keep up appearances during diplomatic banquets. At the palace, your closest companions were fellow noblewomen, trained from birth to serve, advise, and accompany you through every twist and turn of royal life. From breakfast rituals to dancing at court, these ladies were your confidants through it all. And when it came to religious events, think solemn masses and festive processions, they were right by your side, discussing everything from theology to the latest court gossip. Not to forget, your education wasn't only about art and manners. Diplomatic strategy, military tactics, and even a dash of political maneuvering were on the syllabus, all to ensure you'd never embarrass the royal family. At just 17, you're whisked away to marry the 3rd prince of a neighboring kingdom to cement alliances. Love? Well, that was often a luxury in the name of politics, complete with infidelities and enough scandal to make modern tabloids blush. Oh, but life wasn't all ballrooms and banquets. The pressures of royal duty were relentless, especially when it came to producing heirs. Childbirth in medieval times was a perilous ordeal, with high risks for both mother and child. Imagine facing multiple pregnancies, where even a simple delivery could turn tragic due to primitive medical practices. Stories of emergency procedures, like the notorious bone saw operation, where a piece of the pelvis was literally sawed off, circulated like medieval horror tales. Then, at the tender age of 25, tragedy strikes. During your 3rd childbirth, both you and the baby succumb to complications. In that agonizing moment, as darkness closes in, you suddenly find yourself transported back to the modern world. A flash of white light, a surge of relief, and you realize you're safe, and it's time to cherish the comforts of modern life. Thanks so much for watching, adventurers. I hope you enjoyed this magical trip through time with our animal friends. If you had fun, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss our next adventure.